I'd like to teach you a twice-a-week habit that's been life-changing for both myself and our clients. It's this idea of setting aside time to just think 2 times a week. This is a simple weekly habit that the top entrepreneurs in the world do, people like Elon Musk and Bill Gates. This isn't just regular thinking, it's deep thinking, which is something people rarely do today because we're all so conditioned to only do shallow thinking. This is no doubt the effect of this scroll through social media culture we live in today. But once you get the habit of deep thinking 2 times a week for approximately 30 minutes each session, your life will never be the same. So here's how you do it. First, decide the 2 days each week you're going to do it. You want to do your thinking sessions in the morning when you're fresh and naturally creative. And I personally believe that Wednesday mornings makes the most sense because, hey, you're halfway through your week. And then Saturday or Sunday morning because the week is over and you're just more reflective. As to where you do it, you pick your favorite place at your home or in nature. I do my thinking sessions on my deck on Lake Austin. Being by moving water is very thought-provoking. But pick your favorite place and just make sure it's not your regular workstation. That's the only requirement. Now you're ready to start the process. And each thinking session will last about 30 minutes. And your thinking tablet will be just a pad of paper in a nice leather binder. So when you're in your nice, comfy place and you're staring down at that blank sheet of paper, there's 3 simple parts to your thinking session. First, for the initial 5 minutes, just write down whatever comes to you, just whatever comes into your head. And believe me, things will come. And then when nothing more is coming, the second and more important part, figure out a question to ask yourself regarding your life or your business. And this is powerful because when you ask yourself a question, it changes how your mind operates. It focuses your subconscious mind, and it's a powerful way to get you thinking at a deeper level. An example might be asking yourself, what moves the needle in my business? What really moves the needle? Another question might be, how do I create more accountability in my culture? See, this is way deeper thinking than normal. Then after 30 minutes, the third and final part of your thinking session. After the last thing you write, draw a line under it, and then list your top 3 takeaways and your action steps. Then put those action steps on next week's to-dos, so you're connecting your thinking to actually taking actions. And here's why this works. Let's say you make Wednesday one of your thinking time sessions. You get your week rolling on Monday and you have a lot of things coming at you. Hey, you're talking to people, you're learning things, but in the moment, you don't necessarily know the relevance to your life of what's coming at you. But you give your subconscious mind a couple of days to process what's coming at you and a set time each week that your subconscious mind can count on to feed it back to you. Watch what happens. The power of this is you're simply giving your subconscious mind a venue for outputting all the input that's coming in. And you're conditioning your subconscious mind to depend on this output venue. I'll give you 2 examples of the power of this. The first one is one of my clients up in Portland that does storage facilities. He nets a couple $1 million a year doing it, and now he wants to go to netting $4 million a year. So I get him thinking 2 times a week, and I ask him what moves the needle in his business. So he does a thinking time session on that and comes back to me and tells me that getting properties he's recently purchased that are currently under development, getting them finished is what moves the needle. Well, I hear that and I don't really think that's what moves the needle. So I suggest we do a thinking time session together. So I pose another question to him. What is your special talent? And he says his special talent is seeing opportunities in the storage business that other people don't see. I then suggested to them that we marinate on that for just a moment and let's just remain quiet and silent and think about it. After a couple minutes, I suggest to him that what I think moves the needle is focusing on getting more properties in his evaluation pipeline and just having metrics around that along with a monthly goal. And he took that epiphany from our thinking session and applied it. And now he's netting $4 million a year from this one idea that was already in his head. He just had to bring it to the surface. That's the power of deep thinking. And here's a second example from my own life. It turned out to be a $6 million idea. So I was in the reverse mortgage business. We were blessed to be the biggest in Texas and the fourth biggest in the country. And one day I'm doing a thinking session and I asked myself, how can I leverage the business more? And it comes to me, I should get into the title business. Every reverse mortgage requires a title policy, and I'm just giving away that profit opportunity. So I immediately start the process of getting into the title business. And that idea ultimately generated about $6 million in net profit. That's the power of deep thinking about your business. You're working on your business or life rather than working in your business or life. As we wrap this up, I want you to appreciate the big picture here. Have you heard of the book Think and Grow Rich? It's been read by 100 million people. Next best-selling book on success has been read by less than 10 million people. So it's the top book in the world on success by a factor of 10. Yet only 1 in 7 has ever heard of the book. That shows you the level of clutter that exists in our collective consciousness today. And it causes us not to recognize the profound when it slaps us upside the head. And I share that with you because in Think and Grow Rich, it says there's a secret for success. But the author only gives us half the secret. I was blessed to figure out the full secret, and it caused my income to go up by 25 times over the $200,000 to $300,000 a year I was making the prior 20 years. And here's the connection to setting aside time to just think. The foundational principle of Think and Grow Rich is that 95% of your daily actions are unconscious. Let me say that again. 95% of your daily actions are unconscious. Therefore, you don't control your daily actions. Yet they're the very thing that determines your success in each area of your life. You only control your intentions. And so the central concept of Think and Grow Rich is you have to gain control of those unconscious daily actions by rewiring your autopilot and proactively, with intention, manipulate your subconscious mind. That's exactly what the profound practice of setting aside time 2 times a week to deep think is. It's the first step in proactively manipulating your subconscious mind, making it work for you rather than against you, something I dare say you've never done before. Yet that's exactly what the top book in the world on success, by a factor of 10, says to do. Profound. So here's my challenge to you. Try this habit for 2 weeks. So 4 thinking sessions. Watch what happens.